Okay. All right. So, good morning, everybody. So let's get started. Today is going to be a lazy, deep stretch. No props needed. But if you feel that you need props, then go ahead and use whatever you need to, because we are going to be sitting in these poses for about 2 minutes each or so. So let's get started. All right, so let's begin in child pose. So big toes to touch, knees mat width apart. Reach for the top of your mat. And just rest your head on the mat, and we're going to go ahead and just dive right into our 2 minutes. So go ahead and get yourself situated, maybe rock yourself side to side. If you need to get these hips a little lubricated. And let's go ahead and get started with our 2 minutes now. So while we're in child pose, just relax into your breath. And maybe take a deep breath in a couple times. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. If you want to connect to your Ujjayi breath, seal your lips on your exhale. And if your feet start to tingle, then just make some adjustments, however you need to make adjustments. If you're like, oh, I need to put a blanket between my knees, go ahead and do that, or under my knees. Whatever's going to help you not fidget so much, so that we can just relax. Your heels are your bum is close to your heels as much as possible. And you're lengthening your breath. Nice. Go ahead and come on out of that child pose. See, that 2 minutes wasn't too bad, right? Stack your shoulders over your wrist, hips, over your knees. Let's circle those legs around. Get those guys some breathing room. Stretch out your hip flexors if that's where you felt some discomfort. Stretch your leg out to where you stretch out your toes. And do a couple more circles if you need to. Nice and easy peasy. So coming back to your tabletop, we're going to bring our right foot out to the side in a side lunge. So kind of heel toe your toe out as far as you want to go. We're going to focus on this inside right thigh right there. And then you can tuck your toes and then lean your bum onto your heels, or untuck your toes, sit on top of your foot, or sit to the inside. That if you sit to the inside, it's just going to make your knee crunch up a little bit more. So for me, I'm going to have my toes tucked so that I can get into my toes, and our arms are going to come down as low as we can, micro bend in that right leg, and our 2 minutes start now. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. Breathing into that inner thigh. Check in with your thoughts. Check in with your muscles. Are you tightening up? If you are, breathe in and release. Almost there. Remember to breathe. Let's go ahead and come out nice and slow. Plant your hands down and slowly move that right leg in. Ooh, yeah, that one got me towards the end there. Circle both legs around. Even my toes, they started to come on fire, and I was like, oh, Nelly. And let's do the opposite side. So shift into that right leg, left leg comes out, and again you can tuck your toes, give yourself some fire toes, or you can actually bring your knee slightly wide and then sit on the heel, or your leg is right underneath you. I think I'm gonna go sit on my knee this time, and get yourself down to your forearms as much as you can, and shoulders back and down, and let's go into our 2 minutes now. And take notice on which side feels tighter. Paying attention to that inner thigh on that left leg. Take some deep breaths in and out. Trying to release those muscles as much as possible. Checking in on your muscles, making sure that they're not flexed. Draw your belly in. Relax your neck. Make sure that you're not flexing your neck back. It's just kind of at a slight dangle. Remember to breathe. And nice and slowly plant your hands down, coming up to your tabletop. Stack your shoulders, stack your hips. Circle these legs around. And let's go ahead and plop our bum down onto the mat. Let's bring our feet right in front of us. Generous bend, untuck the meat of your bum, generous bend in your knees. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale. Reach for your toes. Just reset that spine really quick. And release. So right foot is going to come out. And you can play with this one if you want it to come out to the side a little bit. You can do that. I'm going to be kind of straight on. Left leg comes to the inner thigh. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, walk your either both hands or one hand. I'm going to do one hand for myself. Reaching for my toes. And then slightly pulling your toes towards you. And let's get into our 2 minutes now. And with this one-legged forward fold, make sure that your heart is shining out. Your eyes are slightly up and forward so that you don't curl into this particular pose right here. So still shoulders back and down, holding on to whichever you're at in your flexibility today. Shin, ankle, toes. If you kind of want to shift your hand, if you're able to get to your toes, you can shift to the outside of your foot and just kind of play with that back to the top of your toes and then maybe to the inside. So if you take notice as to what sensations that gives you on each side, then take notice. Our spine is nice and straight. If you feel discomfort here, maybe place your hand onto the mat so that you feel a little stability. If you are using your props, then you can lean on top of a tower of blankets if that's what you have next to you. Otherwise, just use your hand to little to no weight. It's just kind of you're tricking your body so that you can stay up. Deep breath in and exhale, pull yourself out of that pose, right in that hamstring. Go ahead and windshield wiper a couple times and then let's switch legs. So right foot comes to the inside of your left foot. Now when we're in lazy yoga, we are finding that delicious discomfort or that sweet spot in any poses that we're doing. So once you find that sweet spot where your body feels like it wants to just relax, you're able to easily bring your shoulders back and down, then just stay still. All right, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, lead with that heart so that it forces you to hinge at the hips, reach for your toes, ankles, shin. And let's start at 2 minutes now. Draw that belly in, take some pressure off of that back of yours. Shoulders back. gazes slightly up and forward. Check in with everything. Are you tightening up? If you are, breathe in and release. If you feel that you're able to get deeper, then go ahead and make some adjustments. Relax. And take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. That's a good one, right? Let's windshield wiper our legs side to side. We're going to do a quick twist so that we can make nice with our back. So just come to a nice comfy seat and twist over to the right. Bring that twist to that mid-body right there. Gaze back a little bit. Go ahead and come back to center and exhale to the opposite side. All right. Nice. Nice. It's my phrase of the week. Let's come to tabletop. Circle your legs around. Circle them really big circles. We're coming into a flared lizard. So this is going to be a deep stretch. So if you need to bring your blocks and pillows, go grab them really quick. The important thing that I want you to feel is stability within your body so that your body can just relax. So let's start with our right foot forward, left foot back. Make your adjustments. Your hands are to the inside of your right foot. Plant your back foot down and then flare this right leg out so that you see the bottom of your foot. Now for me, I'm going to stay right here on my hands. If you're able to get down lower onto your forearms, then go ahead and do that. Otherwise, I would encourage you to let those muscles settle and then make adjustments to come deeper into that stretch every 15 seconds or so. So let's get started. 2 minutes now. I love my bellboy. He's my hubby lover. He's doing a good job as a bellboy. So right about now, if you feel like you're able to come deeper, then go ahead and come deeper. I am actually going to use one prop. I'm going to cheat a little bit so that I can get down to my forearm, at least one of my forearms. Be very conscious, mindful of how this affects your hips. If you need to put a blanket underneath the knee, if it's too much pressure on the knee, then go ahead and do that. But this one, let's find that edge before you go deeper. Waiting your 15 seconds. And then when you do decide to come deeper, you take a deep breath in, and then open mouth exhale to release your whole entire body into that deeper pose. If your body starts to shake, maybe come out of it a little bit so that you're not shaking, so that you can feel more stable. If you are on your hands, you can always come to your fist to come out of your ankle. Your ankles are not on your arms. To come out of your wrist. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Nice and slow. Heel toe that foot to the middle of your mat. And then extend your foot long, draping your torso over your leg, your right leg. And then go ahead and come back up. Tuck those back toes. Raise your knee up. Easy peasy. Tabletop. Circle your legs around. Stretch it out. And left foot comes forward. Right foot back. Hands to the inside of your left foot. Make your adjustments with your back foot. Bring the knee back down to the mat, untuck your toes, flare out your legs so that you can see the bottom of your foot. Stay at your hands initially, and then after your 15 seconds, you're coming down however deep you want to come. So for me, I'm going to stay on my hands. So deep breath in, and exhale 2 minutes now. Check in with your body. So 15 seconds has passed. If you're able to come down lower, come down lower. Make sure you're not falling into your shoulder girdle or into your shoulders. Check in with your body. Are you tightening up? And if you are, breathe in and breathe out. Release those tight muscles. Make space noises if you need to. Deep breath in. And exhale, come slowly out of that. Pose heel toe your foot to the middle of your mat. And then straighten that front leg. If your toes need to come up, go ahead and do whatever, as long as you're stretching out that hamstring back there. And go ahead and come back to your tabletop. Circle your legs around. And let's come to pigeon pose. So let's start with our right leg first. Make it as parallel as you can with the top of your mat. And make your adjustments. Check back. Is your heel in alignment with your bum cheek? And start off with proud pigeon first, where you are on your hands. And our 2 minutes are going to start now. If you feel like you can come deeper, then walk your hands to the top of the mat and rest your head either on 2 fists or completely on the mat, however deep you want to come. If you feel unstable within your pigeon legs here, then prop a block underneath your bum. I want you to feel very comfortable in this pose right now, so that all you got to do is just focus on that right outside hip there. Check in on your shoulders. Are they pulled up? If they are, take a deep breath in and roll them back and down. Check in with your body. Are you tightening up? If you are, inhale and release. And take a deep breath in. And exhale, come on out of that pose. Coming up to your hands in a proud pigeon. Tuck those back toes. Tabletop. Circle your... my hips just popped like crazy right now. Circle especially your right leg around in a circle, stretch it out, point those toes. Ooh, that feels good. Circle the opposite direction. And let's come into the left leg, pigeon pose. Get yourself situated. Starting off in a proud pigeon first on your hands. Look back. Make sure that your heel is in alignment with your bum cheek. And we're in proud pigeon. Let's get started. By now things should have subsided a little bit, so then walk your hands to the top of the mat. Coming deeper into your pigeon pose. My zipper was stabbing me. And then rest your head however you want to rest, either 2 fists or completely down on the mat, however deep you want to come. Once you're settled, take a deep breath in and exhale. You ever find yourself holding your breath when you're in poses? Well, I just literally did that right now. So take a deep breath in and exhale. Release any tight muscles. And take a deep breath in. And come on out of that pigeon pose. Come into your proud pigeon first. Planting your hands, opening your heart. And nice and slow, come to your tabletop. Circle, stretch out that left hip, left leg there. Ooh, I don't know if you can hear my hip is literally popping really loud right now. Alright, let's go ahead and have a seat on our bums. Let's windshield wiper our legs side to side. Excuse me. Just a little reset of our hips. And keep your generous bend. Untuck the meat of your bum. Reach for your toes to reset. Reset. Go ahead and release. Let's come into a forward fold, so make some adjustments. Inhale, lengthen, and then reach for your toes, ankles, shins. Just really quick, give yourself a nice little stretch on the back side of your legs. And then release. So let's come into log pose. Now do what you can here, however is going to be as comfortable as possible. So if you need to prop your bum up with a little blanket, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, let's start with our right leg on the bottom, left leg on top. About a hand from your feet to your giggly bits. Cradle your foot, your left leg, rocking it side to side. Just tell it it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna love it. And let's place that foot first into your knee pit. And then after you've settled down or settled up, and if it's not in your knee pit, then go as far, maybe you're in the middle of your leg. Totally okay. Wherever you want to go. This is gonna be probably an intense one for most of us, including me. And lengthen your torso, and let's get started on our 2 minutes now. And with this one, it's sometimes the pressure of that top heel into your leg might be a little uncomfortable, so you can stuff a blanket, a thin blanket or whatever you have between your leg and your foot. So just an acupuncture information. It's pressing onto some acupressure points. So it might feel uncomfortable. It's called Spleen 9. It's part of your anatomy test. So now things might have relaxed. You can reach to the top of the mat. Make sure that your bum cheeks stay on the mat, folding forward. So you're walking your fingers on every exhale. Just kind of play with that. Make sure to flex both feet. Really breathe into this pose right here if it's difficult for you. If you need to put a block underneath that top knee, go ahead and do it. It's okay. Even though we're doing no prop, you can use your props. It's okay. Check in with your shoulders. Are they rolling forward? Roll those bad boys back. Nice tall torso. Belly is drawn in. Take a deep breath in. Oh my gosh. And cradle your leg, your left leg, as much as you can. Viper side to side. Let's do the opposite leg. Untuck the meat of your bums. Did you hear that? My spine is like, ooh, yeah. Left leg is on the bottom now. Right leg is on top. So let's cradle it first so we can coax them. We're going to coax them into doing log pose. There's another name for this pose. It's called double pigeon. I like log because it looks like logs to me. Flexing both feet. Place your foot wherever you're going to feel comfortable for 2 minutes. I'm going to come maybe just slightly below my knee pit and inhale, lengthen. And exhale, 2 minutes starts now. If your muscles feel like they have settled up, then go ahead and walk your hands to the top of the mat. If you need to put that blanket between your foot and leg, go ahead and do so. Draw your belly in, shoulders back and down. Maybe on every exhale, you're walking your fingertips to the top of the mat. Be sure not to hold your breath. Take a deep breath in and exhale, slowly come out. Cradle this poor right hip and then bring it down. Feet pads to the mat and let's rock our hips side to side. Let's finish up with just some make nice type stuff. So right leg comes out, left leg comes in to your quad there, and then reach for those toes. Open up the shoulders, maybe get into that low back a little bit there. You can bring your hand up and over if that's in your practice today. Otherwise, we're just getting into that low back, your hamstring and your calf. Reaching your toes for the bottom of your hand. I meant to say reach your hand to the bottom of your foot. And then go ahead and release. And switch legs. Inhale, lengthen. Reach for the inside of that foot. So left leg is in your left inner thigh. Open up those shoulders if you want to bring this hand up and over. Go ahead and do that. Otherwise, it can go wherever it needs to go. Get a nice stretch in that low back. Nice release. Let's come into deer pose. So front leg is parallel with the top of your mat. Your right leg comes back into like that 90-90 leg, so 90 degrees in your back leg, and then lean back. Make sure that belly is just slightly squeezed, so that what that does is it just takes pressure off of the low back. Your feet can be flexed to take pressure off of your knees. Your focus is right there in front in your hip flexors. And let's go ahead and switch. Right leg out in front. Left leg 90-90, deer pose, box pose, all kinds of names. And then go ahead and lean back right in that back front hip, or your left front hip is where you should feel it. Nice. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Go ahead and let's get into our comfy seat. We're doing a 2-minute meditation. I always like to sit on a block. You can put your bum on a blanket as well too. Have your feet in front of you, however you need to have it in front of you. You know me, my OCD, I like my heels to be in alignment. Nice tall torso, close your eyes, palms facing down, palms facing up. You can also meet your middle finger to your thumbs for a mudra. Whatever you choose, to heart center, and our 2 minutes starts now. And listen for the most distant sound. Once you've found that sound, then take a deep breath in and exhale. You can stay connected to your Ujjayi breath or just breathe normally, but fill your belly up when you breathe in and press that belly button close to the spine as you breathe out. Check in on your shoulders. Check in on your muscles. If anything is tight, breathe that in and then release. Wake up. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming to today's session. The light, the teacher, the student in me honors the light, the teacher, the student in you. Namaste.